Hello and welcome to News at 6 on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor. Let's bring you the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the world in celebrating yoga, says a new era has dawned to train the human mind. Prime Minister inaugurates two-day conference on yoga at Vigyan Bhavan, cautions against commercializing India's ancient heritage. Toll mounts in Mumbai's worst ever huge tragedy in 11 years. 94 people killed so far, 45 undergoing treatment. In the backdrop of South Carolina church shooting, US President Barack Obama calls for introspection on race crime, seeks curbs on guns. And India fight to stay afloat in do-or-die ODI match in Mirpur. Batsmen struggle against Bangladeshi pace attack. Well, first up, our top story, we'll be talking about the International Yoga Day, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the world in celebrating the day today at Delhi's Rajpath. He joined over 35,000 participants in performing yoga. Modi called the occasion the beginning of a new era to train the human mind with peace and goodwill.
जून से अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस से न सिर्फ एक दिवस मनाने का प्रारंभ हो रहा है, लेकिन शांति, सद्भावना, इस ऊंचाइयों को प्राप्त करने के लिए मानव मन को ट्रेनिंग करने के लिए एक नए युग का आरंभ हो रहा है.
Uplifting words by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to kickstart the International Yoga Day celebrations at Rajpath in the national capital on Sunday.
Bending to the right side.
The Prime Minister joined a 35,000 strong crowd in a 35-minute-long yoga session. Addressing participants, Modi said yoga brings inner strength and keeps mankind in step with the rapid technological development all around him.
दुनिया में हर प्रकार की क्रांति हो रही है, बाकी सब तेज गति से बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन कहीं ऐसा तो न हो कि इंसान वहीं का वहीं रह जाए. अगर इंसान वहीं का वहीं रह गया और विश्व में ये सारी व्यवस्थाएं विकसित हो गई, तो ये मिसमैच भी मानव जात के लिए संकट का कारण बन सकता है.
The mega event witnessed the participation of school children, NCC cadets, army personnel and officials, all set to enter the world record books for the largest number of participants. The United Nations last year declared 21st of June as the International Day of Yoga after adopting a measure proposed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Vishal Dahiya's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed his gratitude to the world community for supporting yoga. Citing the spread of Yoga Day celebration world over, he asserted that it can help the world to get rid of conflicts.
After taking part in the mass yoga program at Rajpath in the morning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi headed to Vigyan Bhavan to address a two-day conference on yoga practitioners and trainers from all over the world. Several diplomats were also present at the conference. Modi emphasized that the yoga practice will not only reduce the cost of healthcare, but also contribute in resolving the disputes within the nation and across the world.
The evolution of the individual through yoga results in reduction of greed, coarseness and violence in thought and action, enormous reduction in the cost of healthcare and social support,
Yoga Guru Ramdev, one of the main speakers at the conference, said that yoga is a secular tradition of India. Most of the foreign delegates thanked India for this tradition and practice.
योग फोटो अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं होगा, उसके लिए मैंने कहा हम आने वाले 50 वर्षों तक निरंतर कार्य करेंगे और व्यक्ति व्यक्ति को, समाज, राष्ट्र और विश्व को योग में बनाएंगे.
And I practiced 28 years of yoga in daily life. I think this is a very, very inspiring, important event, and when we came to know that it will take place in India, we were so happy.
Congratulate India and thank India that it gives this huge and important knowledge to all the world. Yoga is something which can change the people, and can change the people in a very positive way.
Representatives from 26 countries are participating in the two-day yoga conference in Delhi. However, Pakistan has given the conference a miss.
This is the glorious moment for yoga after centuries, when Government of India has directly adopted it and UNO has recognized and declared International Yoga Day. Now it is time that India should start taking advantage of this glorious moment. Akhilesh Suman with camera person Shiv Kumar for Rajya TV in Delhi.
Well, it's not just Delhi, but the entire India, and not just the entire India. The first International Yoga Day garnered significant support with millions joining in across the world today. In an effort to promote a cleaner way of living and a healthier body, several countries held mass yoga sessions. Well, the day was adopted as the official International Day of Yoga by the United Nations last year.
Marking the first International Yoga Day, millions of yoga enthusiasts across the world took to mats. From China to France, people celebrated the ancient Indian spiritual practice. India led the way for 191 countries to mark the inaugural World Yoga Day, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself joining thousands of people at a mass yoga demonstration in New Delhi. Heads of other states also participated in mass yoga sessions and announced various initiatives to popularize the ancient art. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu even announced a grant of 25 crore rupees for conducting such events on a regular basis. UN Chief Ban Ki-moon also expressed tremendous excitement on the day as he met External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj in New York. Meanwhile, Indian high commissions across different countries organize yoga events attended in large numbers. In Australia, yoga sessions were held at the Sydney Harbour, while in France, a large number of people practiced yoga under the Eiffel Tower. Neighbours China and Nepal also rolled out yoga mats, along with countries like Singapore, Thailand and Cambodia. The Indian Defence Forces, however, stole the show. From ice-capped Siachen, the highest battlefield in the world, to warships in the contentious South China Sea, the Army and the Navy personnel literally took yoga to greater heights and newer depths. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, let's get to some other news now. The death toll in Mumbai, huge tragedy, has gone up to 94. At least 45 people are still undergoing treatment. Now, these people had consumed liquor at a country liquor bar in Malwani on Wednesday night. Now, police have arrested 5 people in connection with the case. However, prime accused in the case, Menka Bai, is still on the run. 4 excise officials have also been suspended. The Mumbai police has launched an investigation into the tragedy. Now, teams of policemen have been dispatched to find where the liquor is being made. The crime branch has launched a manhunt across Mumbai for at least 4 bootleggers who are suspected to be the kingpins of the illicit liquor trade.
काफ़ी जगह टीम्स भेजी गई है। ये शराब कहाँ से आ रही है, इसका पता करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये वसई कल्याण वगैरह से एरिया में से भी आ रही थी.
And Union Law Minister D.V. Sadanand Gaura today said that External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj's helping former IPL chief Lalit Modi was purely on humanitarian grounds. In a related development, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley maintained that the government had no role in Modi's commercial deals with Vasundhara Raje's son, Dushyant. The Congress, however, continued its protests against the BJP for reportedly helping Lalit Modi.
While the spotlight remained firmly on former IPL Commissioner Lalit Modi, on Sunday, the focus briefly shifted to Mumbai Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria and his controversial meeting with Lalit Modi in London in 2014. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis told Maria to make an official statement that Lalit Modi wanted the Mumbai police help in view of an underworld threat to his life. On the political front, the Congress, however, trained its guns on External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje for helping Lalit Modi.
It's not a question of the Commissioner of Police of Mumbai. Here we are talking of the External Affairs Minister. Here we are also talking about the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Those who facilitated the issuance of travel documents have committed gross impropriety.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, who is currently in New York, also had to face questions from the media on Lalit Modi. In a response to a reporter, he said the reported 11 crore transaction with BJP leader Dushyant Singh was a commercial one in which the government had no role.
मैं वित्त मंत्री को ऐसी बात नहीं कहनी चाहिए. उन्हीं का मंत्रालय रेड कॉर्नर लुक जारी करता है. उन्हीं का मंत्रालय डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ एनफोर्समेंट के जरिए 1200 करोड़ से ज़्यादा के टैक्स लगाता है. और वही वित्त मंत्री दो व्यक्तियों की बात कहता है. एक लॉ ब्रेकर है, इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंडर है, कल्प्रिट है.
Meanwhile, PTI quoted a report from London that said Lalit Modi also invoked the names of Prince Charles and his brother Andrew in seeking his travel papers from the UK Home Office. Buckingham Palace, however, denied the article that appeared in the Sunday Times, stating that the Duke had never lobbied the UK government on Lalit Modi's behalf. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, in news at 6, we'll take a very short break. Up next, we'll get you all international news, including hectic parleys in Greece to finalize strategy ahead of the crucial meeting with Eurozone nations for debt deal on Monday. Stay with us.
Today we bring to you the Whistleblower Protection Amendment Bill 2015.
At least 3 more whistleblowers were killed in the interim.
You are having these exceptions, and by these exceptions, you are killing.
He cannot make any kind of declaration expecting the protection.
The government does not define what would lead to the victimization of the whistleblower.
Watch Law of the Land, the Whistleblowers Protection Amendment Bill, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back after the break. Now, good news on the weather front for Delhiites. In fact, Delhi witnessed pre-monsoon showers today. Showers swept across the national capital minutes after the mega International Yoga Day event ended at Rajpath. The rains brought down temperatures by several notches to 28.5 degrees Celsius. The Met Department has forecast similar weather conditions till 25th of June.
The monsoon showers will begin over parts of northwest India from 21st, and that has happened today. We have got rain or thunder shower over Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, West UP, Himachal, Uttarakhand. These are due to the strong easterly winds coming and bringing a lot of moisture over the region, and some cyclonic circulation lying over Haryana and adjoining West UP. And we expect that these showers and thunder showers over northwest India are likely to continue.
And time now to have a look at what else is happening across the country in nationwide. Security forces have gunned down 2 militants during an operation to thwart a major infiltration bid in Machil sector of Kashmir's Kupwara district. The encounter started on Saturday after the alert troops noticed a group of militants trying to sneak across the line of control in the early hours. Now, the identity of the militants is yet to be ascertained. Former Delhi Law Minister Jitendra Singh Tomar was sent to Tihar jail by a court in the alleged fake degree case. But Tomar was produced in the court by the police on the expiry of his 2-day remand. He has been in police custody since his arrest on 9th of June, with court extending his remand period thrice. 88 Pakistani fishermen who were earlier released by India as part of a goodwill gesture have reached the Wagah border on Sunday. Now, these fishermen were released days after Prime Minister Narendra Modi called up his Pakistani counterpart Nawaz Sharif to greet him on the holy month of Ramzan. Pakistan also released around 150 Indian fishermen earlier this week. 17 persons were killed and 22 others injured when a public transport bus fell into a 100-foot deep gorge in Almora district on Saturday. The bus was travelling from Pithoragarh district to New Delhi. 15 people died on the spot while others were taken to the hospitals. The Uttarakhand government has announced 1 lakh rupees as compensation for the deceased and 50,000 rupees to the insured. Now let's get you some international news. US President Barack Obama and other top Democrats, including Hillary Clinton, have called for stricter gun laws. This after the Charleston church shootings. Now both leaders also urged an end to the race crimes in the country. The shooting, which left 9 people dead, has revived demands that South Carolina stop flying the Confederate flag on the State House grounds, an issue that still divides residents of a state haunted by its legacy of slavery. The African American church in South Carolina, in which 9 parishioners were shot dead this week, is set to reopen on Sunday. Amid candlelight vigils for the victims, protests took place to demand the removal of the Confederate flag from the Capitol building. On Saturday, images emerged showing the key accused Dylan Roof posing with the flag, which was a symbol used by southern states in the Civil War when they tried to break away to prevent the abolition of slavery.
This flag as a symbol that others have taken, and it is about history, but folks take symbols and make use of these symbols to resist progress in humanity.
US President Barack Obama called for deeper introspection on race crimes in the country. Recalling the first of mass shootings that have taken place in the US in recent years, Obama also called for more restrictions on guns. Democrats' presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton also echoed Obama's reaction on the Charleston church shooting.
The apparent motivations of the shooter remind us that racism remains a blight that we have to combat together. I want to be clear, I am not resigned. I have faith we will eventually do the right thing. I was simply making the point that we have to move public opinion. We have to feel a sense of urgency.
I am not and will not be afraid to keep fighting for common sense reforms and, along with you, achieve those on behalf of all who have been lost because of this senseless gun violence in our country.
The Charleston killing come at a time when racial tensions have been heightened by police-related shootings of unarmed black men in several US cities. A series of mass shootings, including a 2012 school shooting in which 20 children died, have put a spotlight on lax gun laws. But efforts to tighten legislation have faltered. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. News from Europe now. Well, a day before the key meeting with Eurozone nations, the Greek cabinet held talks today whether to compromise on election promises to avoid a default. And the meeting on Monday is likely to decide Greece's future in Europe's currency bloc. Take a look.
Chaired by Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras, the Greek cabinet met in Athens on the eve of an emergency meeting of Eurozone leaders. Tsipras held a meeting with his negotiating team, including Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis, Interior Minister Nikos Votsis, Economy Minister George Stathakis, and the Deputy Prime Minister Yanis Dragasakis after the Eurozone failed to reach a crucial deal on debt for reform. Time is fast running out for Greece to secure a deal with its international creditors to avoid a default that could push it out of the Eurozone. The European Parliament has rejected Tsipras' allegations that he did not receive much help from Eurozone nations to help overcome the crisis.
Wir wollen die Griechen unbedingt im Euro halten, weil wir glauben, dass die Eurozone das schaffen kann, weil wir glauben, dass Griechenland dauerhaft auf der Grundlage eines nachhaltigen Wachstums- und Beschäftigungsprogramms aus eigener Kraft seine Probleme lösen kann. Dazu gehört aber die Bereitschaft der Regierung in Athen.
Among the measures discussed by the Greece cabinet are new taxes, the elimination of early retirement allowances and a levy on companies. However, the cabinet is firm on no cuts to pension plans and wages. Greeks voiced their fears for the future as international lenders insist the government cut pensions and raise taxes.
Να μην μας εκβιάζουν οι Ευρωπαίοι, διότι είμαστε ένας πολύ αξιοπρεπής λαός. Περνάμε πάρα πολύ δύσκολα αυτές τις εποχές και δεν ξέρω γιατί το κάνουν αυτό.
Καταλαβαίνω ότι και η συντάξη μείωση είναι ένα πρόβλημα για τον πολύ κόσμο, αλλά δεν ξέρω και τι περιθώρια υπάρχουν. Δεν νομίζω δηλαδή ότι το 1 και 1 ίσον 2, μακάρι να μπορούσαμε να το κάνουμε 3, αλλά δεν γίνεται.
With less than 24 hours to the meeting on Monday, Greece is under immense pressure to work out a favorable deal to avoid default. European leaders have said the high-level meeting on Monday won't reach any agreement unless Greece presents convincing policy measures to inspectors from the IMF, European Commission and European Central Bank. German Chancellor Angela Merkel too has warned there is no point in holding an EU emergency summit if no deal is struck before that. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In the African country of Somalia, 4 militants were killed on Sunday after Al-Shabaab carried out an attack in the country's capital, Mogadishu. The militants first detonated a car bomb and shot their way into a National Intelligence Agency training site. However, in the heavy gunfire that followed, 4 militants were killed. The militants have vowed to intensify attacks during the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan, which began on Wednesday. Various armed groups have been battling for control of Somalia since the overthrow of President Siad Barre in 1991.
maanta ciidamada amnigu ay fashiliyeen baabuur laga soo buuxiyay waxyaabaha qarxa oo ay la socdeen ama saarnaayeen 2 nin oo rabay inay dhibaato ka geystaan magaalada Muqdisho iyo ummadda Soomaaliya.
And some more international news and updates in Global Buzz now. Senior Al Jazeera journalist Ahmed Mansour was arrested at the Berlin airport on Saturday at the request of Egypt. He was detained while trying to board a Qatar Airways flight at Berlin's Tegel airport heading to Doha. Mansour had been sentenced to absentia to 15 years in prison by Cairo's criminal court in 2014 on charges of torturing a lawyer in Tahrir Square in 2011. A roadside bomb in Afghanistan killed at least 19 people, including 12 members of the same family in southern Helmand province. The blast struck the victim's van in the Marjal district, which is a Taliban stronghold. The violence has increased across the country ever since most US and NATO forces departed last year. Around 50,000 people gathered in London on Saturday to protest against austerity plans in the new UK government's first annual budget. People marched from the Bank of England to the UK Parliament. They held banners with anti-Tory slogans. The austerity plans will be officially announced by the UK government early in July. Talks in Geneva to resolve the Yemen conflict appear to have hit a wall, with the delegates saying that the proposals put forth by opponents from the Yemeni government in exile were unacceptable. Meanwhile, UN diplomat Ismail Oud Sheikh Ahmed has been trying to persuade the Houthis and the government in exile to announce a humanitarian truce during Ramadan as a preliminary measure to peace talks. And another very short break, but coming up ahead, we'll get you all the sports news, including India defeat France in the Hockey World League semis. Details to follow. Stay with us.
Watch the world come alive in your living room. Defining moments. Momentous events. News Tonight, your window to the world. Every night at 9 p.m.
Well, time to get you all the sports news. First up, now cricket. Indian batsmen faltered once again against Bangladesh in the second of the three-match ODI series in Dhaka today. After the stunning loss in the first match, Dhoni's men are keen to equalise in the second match. Now, Dhoni won the toss and elected to bat first, but Bangladeshi bowlers made quick inroads, reducing the visitors to 110 for the loss of 4 wickets, with all the 4 top batsmen back in the dressing room. Later, Captain Dhoni and Suresh Raina joined together to prevent any further slump and help the team out of crisis. But their 53-run stand was not enough for India to put up a formidable total. India's innings folded, India's innings folded for just 196 runs. And Mustafizur Rahim was once again the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh with a 5-wicket haul. And let's get you more sporting action in Sports Beat. Indian men's hockey team scrapped past the 18th ranked France with a thrilling 3-2 win in the opening fixture of the FIH Hockey World League semi-finals. After France shocked India by taking the lead in the 3rd minute by Oliver Chance's strike, India fought back well to score 2 goals in 2 minutes to take the lead by half-time. Manpreet Singh converted a penalty corner while Devinder Valmiki intercepted a pass to find the back of the net. Argentina defeated Jamaica 1-0 in Lionel Messi's 100th game with the national team to secure first place in its Copa America group. Striker Gonzalo Higuain scored an 11th minute winner for the title favourites, which had already secured a spot in the quarterfinals of the South American tournament. Well, after finishing first in the group, Argentina will get to play the quarterfinals against the second-best third-placed finisher in all 3 groups. Paraguay drew 1-1 with Uruguay at the Copa America on Saturday to top Group B, 1 point ahead of Argentina before the tournament favourites take on eliminated Jamaica. The centre-back Jose Maria Gomez put holders Uruguay in front after half an hour when he scored with a header from Carlo Sanchez's corner. Paraguay equalised on the stroke of half-time from a corner taken by Edgar Benitez that striker Lucas Barrios nodded emphatically past Fernando Muslera. Lewis Hamilton held on to the pole position for the Austrian Grand Prix on Saturday in damp qualifying session that saw both the Formula One world champion and his Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg of Germany skid off on their final laps. The pole was Hamilton's 7th in 8 races and 45th of his career, taking him to 3rd equal with German Sebastian Vettel on the all-time list behind Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna. Well, that's all in this edition of News at 6. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.